from BIGO, knowing that this is a Ponzi and a pyramid scheme, is because it's not illegal where they host it from. In America, it would definitely be illegal because it is definitely a pyramid scheme. So
Yep.
that's why they don't advertise it like that in here because it's an illegal thing.
Uh, the thing of it is, the United States kicks companies out for less than nothing. The United States has kicked out HTC, which was a South Korean phone company, for what? Selling people's information. It wasn't the problem that was selling people's information. They were selling it, not selling them the information. They were selling it to China. Same thing with Huawei. They kicked Huawei out, which they were a competitor to Snapdragon and all these other people who had microprocessors, and they were speeding up and whatnot. We could have had 5G sooner. Huawei was faster at getting 5G than who brought 5G out. I can't remember who brought 5G to the US, but they waited until they got that shit right. And they kicked Huawei out of here because they were selling information, but not selling information to them. It's loyalty. BIGO, as well as TikTok, they have no loyalty. They will sell it to the Chinese. They'll sell it to America. These are surveillance apps. It's all about surveillance. They figured out through so many different test subjects and just over time, people will tell you, they would do whatever, give you as much information on them. Because think about back in the day when Facebook came out and you had people who are criminals who just broke out of jail and they'll be at the mall taking pictures. Yeah, y'all, I'm free. And then they get locked up 10 minutes later. The world could not understand that. A lot of people didn't believe these stories were true, but they were. They figured out how to get people through the gamification on this app with the Bigo, the dragons, because we were talking about this earlier about how the human mind does not recognize numbers. That's how people can spend their last dollar and not recognize they spent their last dollar until they're getting close to the end. And it's because numbers aren't significant to us, but they have to be close to relation to some type of pain, hurt, hunger. Something has to be related to it. But since hunger is conditional based upon if you're hungry or you're not hungry, you just eat, okay. Or and then also addiction and things of that nature, things are associated with pleasure. So that's why the people who send in the beans, they feel really good when they tap in that mace button, and it's just one bean here, one bean there, but they feel like they're at the titty bar and they be like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then somebody sends a big gift and it's slowing down your goddamn phone with these shields and dragons popping all up. It's seeing how it releases endorphins, it releases dopamine to the brain. It makes people feel really good. So they understand all of this, and they like, okay, we're gonna get people to snitch on themselves. We're gonna get them to show us everything about their lives. They don't have to hack into your Ring camera. You're going to give it to them yourselves freely. That's what these apps have done. And we and think about it, nobody challenges. Nobody says anything about how for every $20 you put up here, Bigo's gonna give you back $5 worth of beans. Nobody challenges that. It's like, are you serious? We should all just be sending cash apps to one another. I'd save money and you will make more money because you won't have to do the hours. You could take your influence, go to IG, Facebook, do your own thing, and you'll be free from this system. Bigo, it skims off the top heavy. They skimming heavy off of this app. That's why like the top people who are influencers on this app, they can't break away. They're in too deep. Then I've talked to some of them, and Savannah being one
And
of
they're
them.
addicted.
Yeah, that too. And again, it goes into the addiction. It's social media. That's one addiction. The gamification with the virtual currency. That's another thing. When they saw Bejeweled and people playing these mobile games, and that gave the groundwork to the actual AAA games. People playing on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo that didn't give them battle passes. PlayStation released when they first went online. The online was free. Everybody was like, "Whoo! Thank you, Sony." Now Sony costs like everybody else. You have to pay annual subscriptions just to keep your online server. You're already paying for your internet, your home internet. Now I have to pay another internet bill just to play games. Now when I buy a game, like sports games, and they cost $60 to $150, they now have battle passes when typically, historically, battle passes are for games that are free. They're what they call freebie games, and you get the game for free. Like, oh, it's a nice, fun game. I can play with my friends, but you have to pay for the season passes, which every month, $10 to $20, you pay to be able to unlock the newest stuff that they just created for that game. So now it's all culminating together, and it's a money pit. There is no end in sight. That's why we're going to need strong regulation, and the only way out of this for this country is communism. Sadly to say, people can fight it all they want. It's communism, because communism is the only structure that can say, "Look, this shit's been ran amok for too long. You can't do this no more. You can't, because it's addicting. You got kids, children who are spending their parents' last dollar because they know it's attached to their Google Play account, and and spending their last money. Think about it. When people send illegal beans on this app, they probably not even registering. A lot of people don't understand that it possibly doesn't register to people. Like, oh shit, I spent my last dollar on his motherfucking recharge. I need that money back. And that's why they call the banks back, because it doesn't register.
Still too late.
They figured it out.
Facts about this. I went on Tokyo Tony's live last night, Black China's mama, and she was speaking about this. And she was saying, you need to make your own platform, like put your own shit out there. Don't nobody want to get paid through this. She was speaking facts.
Mm-hmm.
You seen her live last night?
Not last night, but I be watching her crazy.
Yeah,
you can come up, besties. I'm gonna send y'all an invite. You too, Goddess, if you want to.
Tokyo Tony on this app.
Yeah, Tokyo Tony on here.
Oh jeez.
What up, family?
Yeah,
How
girl,
you doing?
she brought her crazy stuff on here.
It's a family member, Goddess Cash, y'all.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Fine.
So, what do you think, Goddess? What do you think about this? Like, I've seen a lot of people fronting this out. I've had people hit me up on the back end asking me for cash apps, saying they're gonna pay me back,
man,
and they never
it's
pay
a
me
hustle.
back.
You know what I mean? It's a hustle on the app. You know, everybody in for the money, and to me, I think a person should you'll make your own money by like putting your cash app up there and pasting that up on there versus somebody giving you the beans.
Right.
Because BIGO gonna take the beans from you, but if you put your cash app up there, you getting all that money to yourself.
Right.
And then you can also do
but
like
the
a
people are so
raffle.
trained to send beans, they don't want to do cash apps, even though I mean you're helping them
But
out
what's
more.
the I mean,
You feel like they really help
how
if
they don't
you
want to
use
do
Cash
cash
App.
app, but you can turn around and recharge, and you got to pay money to recharge. That don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You
We know this
recharging, you
structure
buying your
here.
beans. Why you
Thank you,
don't want to
Gigi.
cash app it?
They know it's not going to give a big of an effect. You just sent me $1, opposed to me sending me 38 beans. Like, you got to
That's
remind
a
them
whole
it's
dollar,
still
38
$1.
beans.
You
Yeah,
gave me what
Right.
homeless
send that
people
dollar
make
over
in
to the
20
cash app.
minutes.
Yeah, if everybody sent their favorite broadcasters $1 here, $1 there,
Right.
or $2, and say for instance they be like, I'm gonna dedicate $5 a month to this one person who I really fuck with, and people have it tiered off. Like, okay, I kind of rock with you. On a lower level, you get the $1 to $2, but the favorite people, they're gonna get $5 a monthly, or if I really like them, weekly. That stuff adds up, and then everybody's playing that game. This ad would be totally different. It'll be totally different. Everybody would really be seeing some change in their pockets. But one person told me, I ain't gonna say his name because y'all know him. He told me he sent his favorite broadcaster he spends on recharge about $200 to $400 a month,
Yeah,
and he
that's what
sends
I
it
spent.
to one broadcaster. The broadcaster was hearing him say this. I don't know why she didn't bring it up, or I was like thinking to myself, like, bro, you can just
Get a cash
don't
app.
give her any fucking beans and just send her the cash app, and that'll be good enough. That's more than her quota, I'm sure.
That'll help the bitch.
Right?
You
You
got to
just
think
one person.
10,000
Yep.
beans is $100. People average 1,000 beans or less on the site. So you spending 10, 15 hours a day just to make
Wait,
$10. It's not even third world countries that make them.
so Gigi, we talking about how most people on this app will send beans when a cash app, they will save money on their end and the broadcasters will get more out on their end. If everybody who That's why this is how you know it's not about true genuine support, and they found a way to break the game, break the system. They know exactly how to trigger both sides, the supporters as well as people who are the influencers. Um, they I can't even say influencers, because influencer means you can influence someone and it's not clicking. They rate the game for themselves because it's not
The,
clicking. People have good genuine
the low
support.
grade webcam models.
Right. Hey wifey. Yeah, that's basically it. I thought that was the other wifey, but you can come up. But yeah, people will get more. They be like, dang, my real supporter sent me $25. And the rest of you niggas, I have to trade and so forth. And people expect you to put money on the app to keep doing these trades. Like, nah, baby, we can't do that. And it's not about a connection with people, because it's a lot more of a connection, because you get their people's real name when you send a cash app. I changed that shit. You gonna get the real McCoy. You send me a cash app, you're not gonna be able to. Who is this motherfucker's real name? Yeah, I figured that out because we've done this like on a smaller level, and it's like it's more wholesome. People benefit from it, like Patreon. I'm more so for cash apps than Patreon, because this is again there's levels to this. The BIGO itself is at a low level. You can't do a Patreon. You technically can, but you can't because for one, they're gonna take like 2 to 3% or something like that, which Cash App does the similar, but that's on the low end for Patreon. If you really want to sustain subscribers and all that, it's more. GG bad before me. Yeah, they got different tiers to it. And the best thing about Patreon though is once people are subscribed, they're going to have to remember to unsubscribe. Like OnlyFans, people subscribe to that shit and they forget. And even if they like 9 times out of
That's
10, a
Oh
lot
crazy.
of
shit!
people
I
they get to their
subscribed and
last dollar.
unsubscribed that same moment.
$14 a month.
I'm sorry. Anything over
No,
$5, I'm not
and a
subscribing.
lot of them
Thank
don't
you.
even be posting videos. I'm like, is they dead or something? Like, when is the next video?
I ain't gonna lie. Like I did that with so what? I subscribed to their OnlyFans, and it was only some shit. Like I never told them to. Like yeah, because I hear that when people subscribe to your OnlyFans, they send you a little bit of information on. So they probably knew I subscribed, but I
Yeah,
unsubscribed
we see
pretty
your
much basically right
email.
after. Yeah, like they content wasn't hit like that. I was like, I feel like I was being Rick Rolled. I was like, yeah, I was Rick Rolled. I couldn't
Hmm.
believe it. That
And then
content was
once you see the same thing from
subpar.
people, even if they're good, it's like you get tired of looking at them. I want to see another face.
Right. That is so true.
A lot of the OnlyFans don't really be popping. They get you in there and it be the videos that they show on Twitter, and then they message you privately on
Hey,
OnlyFans like,
Lika.
"Hey, you want
Well,
to
you
see
pay
more?
more for
Check
certain
out the
video.
whole movie for
Then
like
you,
$13, but you get the
then,
whole video."
yeah, then you say you fucking with a random person, but this is the same dick. I remember
Hey,
this dick.
Leaker.
It's a shit.
You scored the same person.
Like,
Hmm.
what? I
Oh
came
my
on here for you to be a
gosh.
whore.
Not to be a whore.
You to play in my face.
Right. Yeah, like this stuff is trash. Like they figured it out, and I'll be working with people on, and they so scared. They so scared, and I've noticed it's the big broadcasters. They like, bro, they gonna get your IP addresses. They gonna these niggas sound like they work for the FBI themselves. Like, nigga, you work in
Right.
cybersecurity? Yeah, they gonna do everything to you. You're not gonna be able to do nothing on this app ever again.
Right.
They
Right.
gonna have facial recognition just for you.
It's a mess.
Oh, yeah, like I've been trying to tell them, like, yo, like you can change the game. Cause I was like, I'm not gonna be really talking too much of the small people. I'm gonna talk to the big people, and now because we can finagle it to where I told them I want nothing from you. I'll help you out. I'll be the one to come in, say, hey, send them a cash app because I'm not with an agency. I can say cash app. This is how you truly build genuine support. They'll shout you out. But that contribution list, I've noticed too, the triggering effects of that for people who are supporters. They feel really good to be top on someone's contribution list. And it's like, dang, like that's what makes it hard. That's why people would have to really think outside the box and make sure they replicate some things that we know psychologically what people are getting out of it. That's one of the things that people get out of this is seeing that contribution list, their number one, their board, or they can be like, I like to give a after they end their lives, like they do on YouTube. We want to give a shout out to our supporters on Patreon. We want to give a shout out to blah 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 blah. Thank you for supporting us, keeping us on this app, keeping us coming, and giving you good content. They do shit like that because they have to find a way to deconstruct this system. And that's why I feel like BIGO, I'm trying to figure out how to get people to understand that's the way to move. Because people are now starting to post their cash apps up there. Magdoll is one of
A lot of people do that. Got their cash apps on their thing. I see that a whole lot.
Game up. For real, for
real. Right. Right. Yeah. It's hard getting true, genuine support up here. But $1 here, $1 there, I feel like it goes a long way, especially people who got like 1 million followers or fans. What up, Judo? People who got 1 million followers and fans, they damn sure could be raping the game. They be like, look, this is how we're gonna do this. I really believe Savannah, Cherry, and all them, they could really be clearing $1,000 a week if they did this system. They don't even have to do it themselves. They just need to bring people up who are going to speak for them.
People don't want to direct. One thing you're forgetting in all of this age, you got a good blueprint of how it should be done, but people don't want to directly help like that because then they really feeling like, and it's weird, they feeling like they really coming off their money. If they start sending direct cash apps every month to their favorite and not beans, then they feel like they being, I don't know, like cheated in some way. They feel better uploading on this app than they would sending it directly. Does that make sense?
We want a connection, but not such a close connection. Child, you might
like so some people are also believing that Cash App will steal your money. Well, that's simply not the case. When they look into what actually has been happening on Cash App getting hacked, Cash App has been the one getting ripped off. So it was with the state employees credit unions that they had a breach. And so apparently all the state employees credit unions in this country are like on the same similar system or whatever, even though they're in different states. And because if you know, because I have a state employees credit union, that it's a different process when you sign up. Now, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, you see your logo, then you put the state employees credit union. They ask you what state. It's not something elaborate. It's going to show you the logo of the state employees where you're at. It's like we have a certain process, which state you're in. Okay, give us some time to get this verified. It takes longer to get the state employees verified. So they had a breach to where people were requesting money, and whatever you requested, Cash App was just giving it to you. And what it is a lot of people don't know this. Cash App has its own bank. So there's a bank that Cash App has. So when you actually receive money, it's not the person actually receiving it, sending that money to you. It's Cash App. They just verify, okay, this is a real transaction. They really have this money here to send this person. So we're going to give them it instantly, and they wait for it on the back end. It gets rerouted, the money from your bank. So they'll wait on their end, bank to bank, to get that money out of your account. But it's already been transferred and it's been applied. So they tapped into the system, and it took them some time to get it corrected. And people were mad. Oh, I got ripped off from Cash App. They did not get ripped off. They were fucking around. They found out. They thought once they found out that loophole, they thought they could just ask for any type of like money. I think like the biggest they say was like 3,000. I want to say, but people were doing the most. And then once the banks figured it out, they came together, because it took them a while. It took them a couple of weeks to get that situated. And it happened twice. It happened in January, and it happened in like June, that they got some people say it was hacked. Some articles say that it was a glitch in their system. It wasn't a hack, it was a glitch. And they still worked on it, and they fixed it, because everybody who took that money, you had $3,000 in your account. Now you owe $3,000. They were gonna keep that money. I don't know what's all wrong with people. Like, and again, people can't understand money. They can't understand numbers. The human mind, it processes things differently, and it cannot get numbers, because numbers mean so many different things. It could be your blood pressure. It could be a number of your favorite number. Numbers have so many different meanings that they all, to the human brain, is insignificant. So it's, you have to tie something to it, some pain. So when you see a negative $3,000, holy shit, my paycheck's coming this Friday. You mean to tell me they're gonna take my whole check? So that's when that starts to kick in, because it's some real shit coming behind that. But yeah, when people good, they see that shit's going good, they can spend their last dollar. And people, it shows that people, the average person, is not a bad person. We will love to help people. We would love to be free with money, because a lot of these people, when they have something like this happen, they say it's a blessing. God's looking out for them. They see a homeless man on a corner, they give him $20.
Thank you, Jesus.
Right. And then when that shit hit their account, they go into the homeless man. They're like, yo, man, can I get some of that back? I'm gonna go ahead and break it. I give you $5. Like, no, man, you can't take it back. That's his blessing now.
I had to stop my mom a couple weeks ago, because she was gonna receive a $30,000 check from somebody, and then was gonna like, "Oh, I gotta give him this." I'm like, "What are you thinking? Like, that's gonna stop all the blessings doing dumb shit like that." But you don't be thinking, even if you're a Christian, just think God helping. God don't be helping like that.
It's never the devil gave me this money. The devil's tempting me. Like, no, it's too late for that. Like, people commit murder. Like, think about the people who've been murdered for lottery tickets or whatever. The lotto winnings, or they know they have the money, they would have never thought about harming this person. But because they know they got money, like, think about the guy who had the money under his bed, and I think it was his nephew or somebody who murdered him. They would never thought that they had a good relationship until that money came into play. Like, that's what they say. Money will show you how
that's like
really
Sweetie
is.
Pies. Remember when the uncle from Sweetie Pies killed the nephew?
Was it over money?
Yeah, it was over money. Like, he's getting inherited money or something like that, and he killed him. You ever watched Sweetie Pies, Denise?
I've heard it. That's it was like a mother, right? Or something.
Sweetie Pies.
That was her show.
Yeah, she had her own
Oh yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Her bad buddy's son killed the nephew.
Like the Bible says, the love of money
he was so
is
nice.
the root of all evil. You just got to trace back the money, and you'll figure it all out. That's the thing. People say, we will never get reparations. No, you just have to make it make sense. We can easily make this make sense, but everybody keeps trying to come from some kumbaya feel good shit. That's not how the game's played. We gotta, it makes sense because the money stays here domestically. Black people are the number one consumers in this nation. So that means that if you give them reparations, they're going to, even if they don't build with the money, they're going to give us a huge stimulus package to the rest of the nation. And they can say, oh, it's just going to go right back to the rich. Well, then we need to tax the rich more. So it's a trickle down effect to keep that money in check. But we don't have those types of balances here in the nation. Like the corporations run this nation. It's really corporations. Rich, powerful people, they run it, but they run this country through corporations like Amway and Prime America. The only reason why they still exist, even though people, the biggest thing they did to hurt them was when they made it to where you, they could not make you pay for the goods that you were going to be selling, because they, of course, everybody knew you were the biggest people who were buying the product and you would never really sell the product. So that's how the company was making money, through selling to people who were trying to make money off of it. So
that initial
that was
package,
the biggest.
they want you to buy a whole package instead of like an item.
Right. And that they came down on them, but they should have been done this on in that regard. They haven't shut them down entirely. Even though they still know they Ponzi schemes, they have not came down on them, because why? They're the number one lobbyists on Capitol Hill. They spend
That's
the
why I say
most
they
money.
donate like crazy. They really do.
Yeah. They have
Like
so much donations. They in
Melaleuca
churches.
company, they're directly connected to Trump, and they give millions and millions and millions easily.
Trump got a lot of them Prime America and all them types of business, them Ponzi schemes. A lot of them are connected to him. He does business with them, and they pay really well. But
And they're
he didn't.
Republicans, so you don't even have to do business. You're just a Republican. Republican-owned
Yeah, like
companies.
a lot of them are conservative. They're the ones who pushed for charter schools. They want to get rid of all public schools, and they actually had some weight behind it to where they can make us all have to pay for our children's education, because they're the top lobbyists. They lobby way more, like in comparison, like Facebook, Amazon, big tech is like 10% of lobbyists. Because most people are going to give big tech their way because they don't understand technology. Oh, you want to work on this project and this going to do this, that, and the third? Sure, take this money. So they don't have to spend as much money because they have a proven track record. What they put out and they produce, the world benefits from. But we know damn well we're not benefiting from Amway and America. So they have to keep the law off of their back, or lawmakers. They cut them a check every year. Every election, they always get a check cut. Same thing with these condominiums. Like the reason why the cities are doing so bad, like these big cities, for one, subway stations and metros have a lot of construction. They always break down. It takes a lot to maintain them. So they can easily skim off the top. Same thing with constructions. A lot of construction going on. They always skim off the top for those big projects. And nothing's bigger or better than these condominiums. And condominiums always use what? The newest, the greatest of everything. They have the nicest, newest window design, modern design. Nothing's old school. Everything's new and modern. And they building these big ass high rises, and people can't pay them. So people don't make enough money to live in these high rises. Even if they do, those people have to pay a lot more to subsidize and take care of other people who can't, because a lot of these places, they're going to have people who are Section 8 living in the same complex. They just going to live on the bottom floor level or whatever. And they all live in the same building. That's starting to be the new design. But of course, you still got those who are like super rich who live separately. But even though they will still have Section 8 people in there, they just make sure they pick the right ones. They aren't gonna pick nobody with all this trouble and got their houses shot all up. No, those people aren't gonna be able to go to those really nice condominiums. It's those ones who never have issues, and they'll probably don't have any kids. Yeah, they don't want any kids in there. Section 8 kids, no. There's people gonna be the ones that go in there and live in those nice ass high rises. So it's all by design.
Mhm.
The
That's crazy.
and what
Hello.
did they do? They fund the politicians. The politicians, like in particular, Mariam Bowser, the mayor of DC. Her campaign is indirectly ran by those facilities, the people who build those condominiums. They cut her a big check, and she just smiles at the cameras. And they put people in place to run her campaigns for her. She's literally just moves around freely and collects money. She doesn't do any work really. And that's how a lot of these big cities are. That's why these liberal cities, people are complaining about the red states pushing these immigrants over into their neighborhoods, their backyards. Deservingly so. We didn't vote for this shit. The red states didn't vote for this. So why should we tolerate it? And a lot of the red states are where? By the border. So they see and face this stuff directly. A lot of the cities in Chicago, DC, California, they don't deal with this stuff directly. Even though half of California is damn near in Texas or in Mexico, and you can actually on the border of California swim right to where the Sinaloa cartel is. They're right there, right off the coast of California. They're looking right dead at California where they're based at, and there's no recompense. There's no going there and destroying the cartels. That's why I say when I hear people say, "Yeah, look what they did to our country. That's why we're here." You are a weak-minded individual, and you don't care. Like I'm for helping those people, but to truly help those people, we have to take our war machine instead of going all the way on the other side of the world. Let's go to Haiti. Let's get rid of the cartels there. Let's get rid of the cartels. There's a reason why they call cartels and not terrorists, because they understand that people, there's an added fear when it comes down to the cartel, because a part of it is justified. They're justifying these people existing and doing what they do. But you call them and place them as who they really are: terrorists. Terrorists to people of the free world. And take that war machine. Let's go to Haiti. Let's tear some shit up in Haiti. Let's send some Navy SEALs down there, some Rangers, and let's get that shit in check. Let's get the check in Mexico and El Salvador, and make sure those people are able to freely live and do what they want to and prosper, because they can do it. They're smart enough to do it. They know how to live off the land. They know how to come together. They have all these good things, but they just don't have help. They just don't have that support. People need to stop lobbying for bullshit, sending money to Ukraine. Let's send our war machine down there, and this will cut back on the money, because these cartels, they're getting bigger and badder, and they're part of corporations. That's why Mexico isn't safe. Mexico isn't safe for anybody to go there, even though they say you can go to the resorts, because the cartels have so much influence. They run the resorts now. So they're getting bigger and badder. You think they're not going to have their corporations and people who are lobbyists here in this nation making sure we keep the borders open? It's like, and it's not just people from Latin America coming there. You got Chinese people now coming through there. How in the hell are Chinese spies, so that's what they really are, spies, coming to America through Latin America? You look at the map and make that shit make sense. There's something going on. There's collusion, and the Democrats are a big part of it. Them getting rid of Trump, they had to. They had to fix the election. They had to do everything they did, because what was he talking about? He said we need to get rid of NATO. NATO is a military alliance. Majority of NATO is funded by the United States. He said we need to get rid of this, because why is majority of America paying this? We're all in this together, right? England, France, Spain, we're supposed to be all being together. Why are you not paying your fair share? We're going to disband this. I honestly felt like Donald Trump was, when he was talking about that, he was playing with his life. And that's why they're having all this stuff against him, because he said the same thing to Hillary. He said, once I become president, I'm going to lock you up. But they're long-term friends. And if you look back at when their debates, when he would say stuff like that, she'll give a smirk, like, or whenever he said something about her and just making fun of her. She was like, that's a good one. That's a good one. You could tell it was two friends who were going at it. It wasn't people who really hated one another. And he didn't lock her up. She actually was responsible for murdering people in Benghazi. People actually died. U.S. soldiers died from her incompetence. And it's the worst kind of incompetence, too. The kind of incompetence that if it was anybody else, it's automatic treason. And you're doing 10 to 20 years in prison. But she got no jail time. And he didn't do what he said he was going to do because they're long-term friends. A lot of people don't know Donald Trump was a lifelong supporter of the Democrats, sending them money, but he knew it was Hillary's time. He knew they were going to go with Hillary, so he aligned himself with the Republicans. That's why he did that. And what happened? She didn't even win the primary, the popular vote. It was supposed to go to Bernie Sanders, but he knew all that was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen because every election on both sides, they always have that one person who is there to make an ass out of themselves or to get close, and either they're going to drop out, or in this case, they were going to give the nomination away. And when they give the nomination away, you're supposed to champion whoever they gave the nomination to. Bernie Sanders didn't do that. He said he didn't endorse Hillary, and they were pissed at him for it. He was really an independent that ran with the Democrats, the same as Trump was really a liberal who ran with the Republicans because he understood that was his best route to the White House. They didn't like Trump's decisions. It was on both sides because he was destabilizing the war machine. That would have hurt him. Hurt, not I won't say hurt. It would have hurt the established politicians and whatnot. Him messing around with the war machine. He didn't sign TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, for China and all the Asian countries that have such a big, what up, Vinny? Have a big say so in how world economics ran, meaning that if China says we're low on rice through TPP, that means the whole world needs to figure out how to get China rice. It puts the needs and priorities of those Asian nations in higher priority for the whole world. And we knew it wasn't going to be for like Malaysia and Laos and Singapore and Thailand, Vietnam. We didn't give a fuck about them countries. It was all to appease China. The damn same way they want to open borders. This is a globalist structure. This is to take over the world because money doesn't make sense now. China's economy has been exposed. Oh, thanks, Vinny. China's economy has been exposed just recently for not being as big as it is. They're saying that they lied on their COVID numbers. We now know a fact that they lied on their COVID numbers. They lied about their unemployment. We know now they have a way higher unemployment, especially for young people. Their economy is collapsing through a housing crisis boom. And their real estate boom, or I'll say boom, or I mean the bubbles are popping, bursting over there, is actually worse than what we had in 2008 because majority of Chinese people invest in the real estate. They all invest in the real estate. They didn't diversify their accounts. They didn't believe in crypto like we did. We didn't believe in all these little side projects and ways to get money. A lot of us believe in being influencers and doing shit like this on this app. That's why they had to tap in those other nations because we're more proactive and we move differently over here. We understand they understand that government's not their best friend, but they can't move and operate that way because they're in a communist system. So they understand all of this. And Trump, he was fucking with the money. He was fucking with their money, not our money, but their money. And that's why we got to speed this up. That's why they're on Russia's ass right now, because depending on how things go in the next few coming months, Russia runs out of money. They can't fund a counterstrike against Ukraine. Ukraine's coming. And through the celebration of Ukraine toppling Russia, we're going straight for China. and we're going to dare China. We're going to get more aggressive with China because it's like 16 countries that are willing to take on China. They share a border with like so many other Asian nations. And then you got the United States. And then the South China Sea, you got the Philippines, you got part of Japan, you got who else is in those seas? You got a lot of nations. Oh yeah, Australia is over there as well. You got a lot of people who can mobilize, and we can fully suppress China. China cannot do a damn thing about it once Russia's taken off the table. Because again, the money don't make sense. We don't owe China that much money. And the debt we have here, they're not going to let it go on both sides. The Chinese aren't, and the United States isn't. Because again, to truly fix this, we're going to need elements of communism. How are people going to move back to California? How are they going to move back in a place like San Francisco that is $2,000, $3,000 to rent an apartment? Just not just a apartment, a studio apartment for $2,000 to $3,000 a month. How are they going to get back there to that? And of course, who are they going to allow back or allow to move there in period? So it's a lot of different things, and then you see why these places are collapsing and crumbling because the money isn't going up either. So what's going to change this is communism. I hate to say it like that, but it is, like, it truly is, because then they can regulate. Like, there's never been a regulation that when they up the minimum wage, that's why they don't raise the minimum wage anymore anywhere. They allow companies to do it. They've taken themselves completely out of it, the government. That's why it hasn't went up in a lot of southern states. A lot of southern states, minimum wage is still $8, $9, maybe even $10. They haven't done it across the board because of why? As soon as you raise the minimum wage, everybody raises their prices. But there is no buy to keep big tech in check from all this gamification of people's lives and through these battle passes and buying all this bullshit that doesn't really matter. A lot of things that when you bought video games back in the day, you paid $20, $40, $60. You had everything there. Then they introduced DLC. Then he's like, okay, $20, that's not too bad. Then they started releasing different packages of DLC, different waves, like in Fallout. They had the first wave, then $20, and the second wave, and then the last wave. So that was a whole nother $60. So all in all, that gaming experience is $120. But you know, what did people start doing? They started waiting because they knew the DLCs were going to come in waves, like they did with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 4, then you had the Lost and Damned DLC. You had the Ballad of Gay Tony. I think that was just 2 for that game. But they knew it was going to be $20 to $40. And then what did people do? They waited until they bundled it together and dropped the price. And then they bought it. It's like, oh no, we ain't going to have this shit no more. We're going to make you pay all the time. Now, Grand Theft Auto, I give them credit in this regard. Rockstar, when they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, is that for Grand Theft Auto Online, they kept it going for the whole entire generation of the PS3. It started on the tail end of the PS3 generation. Then it went all through the PS4, and PS5 is still trucking along. And now they're about to release Grand Theft Auto 6. So they were smart enough to be like, okay, let's cut people a break and let's do other things. Think about how many games they had back then. Like how many gaming studios. What up, Bleeka? It was so much stuff going on back in the day in video games that they don't have today. Think about how dynamic those games were in the 90s. So many different mechanics. There was people that experimented with all types of different elements in games. Then sandbox games became the go-to, and sandbox games take a lot to make. Everybody knew the creme de la creme of sandbox games was San Andreas, and everybody wanted to mimic that style. Mario even has a goddamn sandbox game. you know shit's fucked up when you got a sandbox game. Mario's always been a damn platformer. And this nigga got a sandbox game. So it's really twisted. they have to spend so much time now to make these games that by the time that generation of that console is over with, they only made about 4 or 5 games. That one studio. Rockstar made Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, LA Noire. What else did they make? Yeah, they didn't make any more Max Payne. They didn't make no more Driver. Yeah, yeah, they have to let a lot of things go. So it's as more advanced as these games became, it brought down creativity because they have tried and true methods, and they like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's the thing with sports games. Sports games are not even worth really playing nowadays. They have a real big issue in their economy. What the whole gaming industry needs is a revolution. And that I believe is not going to come until virtual reality hits. Once we have virtual reality, that's when we're going to have some really good that's going to be a rebirth of gaming. But the gaming industry went through this before. When Nintendo was running everything, when Atari was dying out, and it was before the PlayStation, Nintendo had all the rights, and anybody who wanted to make a game or get it to the public, you had to pretty much give Nintendo a game. They owned your game. And then Sony came through with the PlayStation and said, no, you can own your game. It's going to be on our console. And that changed the game. That's when Xbox came about, and the rest was history. But now things are spiraling out of control again. I really truly believe it's not going to be a reset back until virtual reality is really big, until it's so good people can go to sleep, wake up, and we hear stories about people can't tell the difference between real life and a video game. And they doing some crazy shit like jumping off a cliff, believing they can fly, or they Spider-Man or something. When some shit like that start to happen, people be like, damn, them games are good. I need to buy one for my kids. That's what I believe. The gaming industry will have another revolution, because it went through a period in like the 80s before the PlayStation came about, that people stopped playing games. Most people were getting back to real life. They were not playing games like that. Now it's not, but it's not feasible. It's getting to a point where it's not even feasible to play games. How you doing, Summis? How you doing, love?
I'm good. How are you too? I'm good.
Oh, I'm good.
How are you, girls and guys? Which one is girl and guy? I don't know why.
Oh yeah. So the host, I'm a man, and
Oh,
yeah, we got different ladies, mostly
okay.
ladies up here. Box 8 is a
Yes.
man as well. Where are you from?
Okay. That's nice. I'm from Turkey. Turkey.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. That's what's up. Okay. Follow everyone on the panel. We're all cool
Of course,
people.
I'm follow you now. Of course, I'm follow you now. Don't worry.
Follow you
You're
back.
so good. You're so good. Your video call so nice. I'm follow you all the time. Wow. Good.
Oh, thank
Cool.
you, love.
You're welcome. Nothing, not problem. You're welcome.
You So what's going on out there in Turkey? How does the
I'm a
Turkish people feel?
translator. I'm translator.
Okay.
Yes, I can speak six language.
Okay, so I know
Oh
someone
wow,
on this
that's
app.
really
She
good.
speaks
Oh,
7
thank
languages.
you, number one. Thank you, Denisi. Thank you. You're so kind.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah, like I know somebody on this app. She speaks 7 languages, and she learned a lot through BIGO, through going exploring other
Oh,
countries. Is that what you
wow.
did?
Who?
Have you tried that? Did you practice?
Who?
I haven't seen her face. I know she's Arabian, but she speaks different languages. So people pop on her panel, she asks them where they're from, and a lot of times she can speak their language. I think it's pretty cool.
Wow.
So
I'm
what's the
speak
language you know?
Korean, Japanese, Urdu. I speak Korean, Japanese, English, Urdu, Hindi, Spanish. That's like that.
Hindi.
Ha.
Okay, that's what's up. What up, Romeo?
Assalamualaikum.
Hey,
क्या नाम
Romeo,
आपको?
रोमियो
रोमा.
हाँ सलाम किया जवाब नहीं दिया
क्यों? क्यों क्यों?
सलाम किया तो जवाब
जवाब
नहीं दिया
क्यों? क्यों जवाब नहीं दिया?
जवाब देना चाहिए किसी को समझ गए
हाँ, समझ आ रही है. अच्छा.
could you
This is
ask him to
English. This is
cut back
Hindi.
on that? Could
This
you
is
translate to him to
Hindi.
cut back that
This is
music?
Hindi.
Oh, he's Hindi.
Yes, this is Hindi. Yes, Hindi
हिंदी
language.
कैसे हिंदी
Is
खाना
is he in a
खाया
hookah bar or something? Cause he cut that cut the music down or something over there.
माशाल्लाह
Okay. Uh,
Number one.
so they getting jiggy
Number
out there.
one.
Yeah.
Do you listen to
Number
me?
7
Number one.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
You're so gorgeous. Your photo is perfect. Your
Thank
eyebrows
you.
is. You're welcome.
Thank
You are right. This photo is you, right?
Yes, it's me. Yes, that's me.
Wow, so gorgeous,
Thank you.
beautiful.
I'm gonna follow you. You're gorgeous too. Follow me back.
You're welcome. Nothing, girl. Nothing.
hey नंबर 4
Hey, could you turn the music down or move away from the music, Romeo? Could you translate that to him?
That to him.
My Hindi isn't there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, he dropped. Okay.
Romeo, song नीचे ना, song down. Ha 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 ha. अच्छा. Okay, I'm translator. Okay, not problem. He's going. Okay, not problem.
Okay, yeah. Your video froze. Oh, okay. Okay, you're fine. But yeah. How is the people in Turkey? What do they feel about the war in Ukraine?
Oh yeah, nice question. But what can I say? I don't know. Sorry.
Do they think that it's America's fault? Like America shouldn't be sending weapons to Ukraine, or do they feel that it's Russia's fault?
I'm not problem for me. Whole country I love them. I'm not judging all people because this is my yes, this is my my life. Yes, I'm not judging all the time. I'm not judging all people because I love other people. Yes, that's like that.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Other people.
If you could be anywhere else in the world, where would you be?
I want to travel. I'm travel. I think the travel all the world. Maybe 10 years later, I'm all world finish. I hope so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. How
I love
old are you?
it. I'm 22 years old. 22.
Oh, that's really good. That's awesome. 22, you can speak six languages. That's awesome.
Yes, that's true. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you. Honest. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to try that out. Is it easier? I hear it's easier because I hear Jackie Chan, he speaks 15 languages. Is it
Yes,
true
yes.
the more languages you learn, it's easier to learn
Yes.
other languages?
Yes, of course, easy because I know it. Grammar and vacation, all my speak language. Yes, and then I'm speaking other people, and I'm not perfect. Just I'm try. Do you understand me? I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Just try.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's like
good.
that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because we can understand you really
Yes.
well. There's people who are in our country. We can't understand them speaking English, and they speak 0.5 languages. You doing a really good job. You
Don't say like that.
so
Oh, thank
what
you.
what was the easiest language that you learned?
Korean maybe. But I don't know. Korean and maybe Urdu? Maybe. I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Easy. Korean is so easy language, I think.
Really? I think Arabic is easy if people give it a try because I haven't studied the written scripts, but more so just interacting with people
Yeah.
who were
I can
from
speak little bit
Kuwait.
Arabic. Yes, yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
that's
find
true.
it it's
I can
not too hard.
yeah,
What up,
exactly.
Sheik?
But speak little bit Arabic. Little bit, just little bit Arabic. And I'm try, but
Hmm.
sometimes not easy for me because uh, هي هما هن she he it like that هي هما هن she he
Mm.
it so difficult for me because all the time I'm say she and I'm say he I'm say it like that but
Ah,
my
yeah.
language is just all is he she it just like that all not other verbs yeah just like that.
Okay. Yeah, it's the same way for me too.
Yeah,
Like I speak like
so
a
difficult for
languages
me.
who have masculine or feminine sentences. Like you speak to a woman a certain way, you speak to a man a
Yeah, yeah.
certain way.
Oh,
That's
this is so
that's
difficult for me. Yeah, that's
right for me too. Yeah. I have a
yeah,
hard time with that
yeah.
remembering like in Amharic
Who?
is thank you
Yeah,
is Amasalekahu for men and Amasalekahu Nish for women, and it's hard to remember to
yeah.
keep la and
That's
Nish in check.
yeah. This is this is true. Yes, yes. This is true. And French, Arabic language, French language. Uh,
Yeah.
um. Yeah, that's like that. Because normally it's not say it. Say feminine and masculine. Female,
Yeah, feminine and masculine. Yeah.
yeah, female,
That's
male, like that. Yes, female, male. For example, fork is female, like that. Do you understand me?
yeah. Yeah.
How
So
how know it's who? How know it is feminine and masculine? I don't know. That's like that.
yeah,
It's so hard for me.
English, we're a gender neutral language. We don't have the masculine and feminine. So
Yes,
I hear it's easy in that
yeah,
respect, but certain words like live and live, they spelt the same way, but they sound differently. And it confuses a lot of
yeah,
people who are not from America because we kind of have rules for a lot of things in English, but sometimes we don't have rules like tomb and bomb, like they totally different. Like the way the structure, the similar
yeah,
structure, but tomb and bomb
yeah.
are totally different
Yeah,
rooms. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting.
yeah.
Did you? Hey, I'm gonna mute you, box. Hey, yeah, because we got too much
Number
going on in your
7.
background.
I'm not hearing you. Number 7.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Yes.
Him.
ইত্যাদিতে একথা সন্দেহাতীতভাবে প্রমাণিত হয় যে নিহত
You know, ain't
কাশেম
talking.
মোল্লার
You watching the show or
আসামি
something?
রাজার হাতে না, এই আদালত
हिंदी
খুনের
हिंदी
সহযোগিতা
इंडिया
করার জন্য
क्या नाम है आपको
আসামি দিনু আর
क्या नाम है
পান্নুকে
आपको
বাংলাদেশ দণ্ডবিধির 507 ধারা মোতাবেক 3
क्या
বছরের
करती है तुम क्या
কারাদণ্ড
करते हैं तुम
এবং আসামি রাজাকে 302 ও 304 ধারা মোতাবেক
Would you?
टीवी देखती है
শ্রম কারাদণ্ডে
टीवी देखती
Uh,
है
I was just gonna mute him. He can hear you. Or okay. So did music
he's
help
not
you?
speak
Oh,
oh
okay.
of
Did
course
music helped you? Okay, because I've
some
I've been thinking about going back and learning Spanish.
some classic music I love classic music and then
Mhm.
sometimes help me classic music because so easily say yeah that's like that yeah 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 oh, yeah that's like that classic music is so um, uh, free language like that do you understand me
Yeah.
secret garden maybe for example secret garden classic music I love it this music and then I understanding she's what you say do you understand me
Yeah. Do you speak? So when you learn Spanish, did you listen to Spanish music like reggaeton or?
oh of
Uh,
course
and it helped. Did it? And it
of
helped you a lot?
course yeah
Because
yes of
okay.
course
Because it's pretty
help them
modern. Like, was I noticed, like, 'cause when you learn in school, they teach you a way of speaking that the average person doesn't speak. But when you listen to music, it's all colloquial. It's all the way people natively,
Colombia yeah
naturally speak. So you learn that, and you listen to the songs on repeat, and you learn every word to the song. You quickly learn the language. I find. So I'm gonna start doing that more.
yeah
I'm thinking about doing it with
different language
Spanish because it's the closest to English, but I don't know.
yeah
Like, uh, I don't know. I'll have to try with Spanish
yeah
people. I do
that's
like
that's
Amharic
true
though.
yes
I do like Amharic, but I'll definitely
yeah
give Spanish another try.
oh
But yeah,
do you
that's
know
what's
Spanish
up. That's
language do you know it
no, no. I only know like a
¿Cómo
few
estás?
words.
¿Cómo
Uh,
estás?
bueno, y tú?
Bien, bien. ¿Y tú?
Say like
Bien,
igualmente.
gracias.
Oh
Bien,
yeah, yeah,
gracias. Ah,
yeah, yeah. Just a little bit,
de
but I
nada.
can read it better. I can read it
Okay,
better than speak it because the words are
better.
not moving.
Okay, okay. Okay,
The words are on
okay,
paper, and
okay.
I
Not
can make
problem.
sense out of the structure.
Hmm. Okay, that's nice, bud. I think that's nice. Awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's my thinking. Yes, yes. This is awesome because your try, your must be try better than other days. Yeah, that's like that, right? Better than other
yeah,
days.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I have my
this is
moments.
awesome. Yeah,
I
yes,
need to
this is
get more
awesome.
into it
I
because
think.
they taking all our jobs
Hmm.
over here in America, so we're gonna be speaking 6, 7 languages our damn selves. We're gonna be needing to speak some Spanish, French, Arabic.
Oh,
We're gonna need to be doing everything to compete in the future.
yeah. That yeah. I know. I know.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, yeah,
Other
that's
people,
good.
other guys not be speak together other people not speak together other country for example Colombia person and Saudi person not talk each other in America you
Uh
understand me
yeah, well,
I'm just
people
asking just
yeah, people
asking I don't
people
know
have to speak
because
English, like because most people speak English here, so well, it's best for people to
oh
speak
just
English.
English
Yeah,
oh
yeah. But
Oh,
because so many people are
okay.
moving here from around the world, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to create more
Yeah.
pressure for us to compete and learn
Oh, yeah.
languages. Like
Yes,
in one
yes.
state, in Minnesota,
I
people
understand.
speak
Mm-hmm.
Arabic. They have a lot of Somalis. So speaking Arabic goes a long way. Like where I used to
Yes.
live in DC, there was a lot of Ethiopians and they speak Amharic. So
Yeah.
um, I speak a little
I
Amharic
understand.
through
Yes,
living
yes,
amongst
yes.
them.
Yeah. Yes, so cool. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
So
nice, I
have you
think.
ever tried to learn French?
Oh, yeah. Comment ça va? Ça va bien et toi? Like that. I know French. A little bit. Just little. Petite.
Okay, okay.
You're very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
really
can speak a
good.
little bit French. Yes. Oh, thank you. Do you speak French? Comment ça va?
Oh,
How are
no.
you? I'm asking, how are you?
Oh yeah, I never spoke
You
French
don't know
before.
French? Okay, not a problem. Okay, okay. Just I'm asking. Don't be like that. I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm
no, you
sorry,
good.
seriously. I'm
Yeah.
not kindly for you. Sorry.
Yeah, in America we mostly speak
Okay.
English. Um,
I'm sorry. I
but
don't
we
know. I don't know your speak not and maybe yeah.
yeah, like a good amount of us speak Spanish. And if I had to say our third language would be Arabic, and then maybe our fourth language would probably be French. It's probably fourth on our list in the states of importance to conversate with people if you want to have a conversation. So do you? I imagine you get a lot of guys talking to you, and you speak that language.
I'm sure she does.
They be like I was on a panel with her, and it was this African. He just popped up there for a second. He was shooting his shot. Them Africans, they don't waste no time.
They
I
don't care
lick you,
what the
you pussy.
conversation is, what you're talking about, they're gonna go right
All
in.
right. All right. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that'd be.
My internet connection is not good. Sorry. My internet connection is not good.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah,
I don't have
it's
my home is not I have a Wi-Fi. Do you understand me?
yeah.
My internet. Yeah.
You still on that Skynet? We understand. We see people from other countries. We were like, dang, he froze up already. But we gotta remember they're in another country. They ain't got that 5G yet. That five that 5G be hitting. It's something
Yeah,
different.
5G. Yes, yeah. Wi-Fi like that, right? Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
we got
Wi-Fi.
that
Okay.
booming
So this guy
Wi-Fi.
so different, I think, because I'm not perfectly say that Wi-Fi. So different from me.
Wi-Fi is different. Yeah, it is a different kind of word. Yeah, that wireless frequency.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Number
Yeah.
two. Number two. Number two. Do you hear me? No, it's not hearing. Okay.
She
Hi.
she can hear you. She's just driving. She's in the car, and her mic is
Okay,
muted,
okay,
but she can
okay.
hear you.
Not problem. Okay. Not problem.
That's awesome.
But
We need.
all
Yeah.
this connection is all person is beautiful. I don't know why. This moment I'm see number one, number two, so beautiful girl. Yeah. Why?
Thank you, and you're beautiful as well.
Oh, thank you. But I am not like you. Just Yeah.
And
I'm
yes,
not
you are.
beautiful,
It's
girl.
natural for
Don't be
you.
liar.
This is a lot of makeup
No, no,
and a
no.
lot of
Don't.
hair. Yours is natural.
Yes, I'm natural, but yes, I'm natural, but I'm not beautiful, girl.
Yes, you are.
I actually, yani. Oh, thank you so much. You're
You're
beautiful
welcome.
too. Oh, I'm shy. I'm shy. Stop it. I'm shy. I'm shy.
Aw.
So, all right. I hope we'll make you
Aw,
feel
I'm hug you
uncomfortable.
too. I'm hug you too. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
listen.
I
I'm
don't want
listen.
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable or anything. But what is your
Hmm.
sexuality, if you don't
Hmm?
mind me
My
asking?
sexuality. I'm honestly Muslim people is just homophobic, but I am not. I actually
No,
Aw.
no. I
am.
mean you.
I'm
Like,
say
She doesn't want to
are
talk
you
about it.
straight, lesbian,
I'm little bit. I'm honestly say that I'm pansexual.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm pansexual. Yeah,
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm actually. I'm a, but
So nice.
Muslim people is homophobic normally, but I am not. But I am not. Sorry, I'm actually. I'm not. I'm like LGBTQ plus person. Yeah, I'm. I'm
Well, that's
sorry.
Okay.
cool.
What's so funny is
Yeah.
I read an article the other day I found was interesting. They was talking about how LGBT people tend to have a higher
Yeah.
IQ than the general population. And
Yeah.
that's why I asked you that, because I noticed something about the other girl as well, that she was kind of like
Oh yeah.
bisexual.
Normally, Muslim people is homophobic, really homophobic person. But I am not because no, I am not because I loving each other. I understand other people. That's like that. Yeah, I'm understanding all people. I'm not judging all people. Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, we need
yeah.
more
Thank
people
you.
like that. So
Thank
our
you
world
so
can be a
much.
better
You're
place.
be honest. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, because yeah, we definitely need more.
I'm show you my I'm show just 1 minute. This is my
Okay.
no, I am not showing. Okay, I'm not showing.
Okay.
What is it?
my
What were you
my
gonna show?
nothing. I'm too shy.
Okay, I'm so curious. I'm so curious.
No. I'm not. Okay. No.
What
I'm too
was
shy.
it? Do you want to tell us what it is?
No.
Yeah, you could.
We're
No.
not gonna laugh. We're so cool.
Yeah, you don't have to be shy.
Um,
You're amongst
yeah,
friends.
I'm too shy now. I'm sorry.
Just show us. We're not gonna laugh. We're so cool and laid back.
Oh, thank you. I'm not cool. I'm just
I'm
woman.
so
Yeah.
curious.
I'm just
I am curious as fuck.
Oh, thank you. You're awesome too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Number
welcome.
one. Denisi, you're so beautiful and you're so cute and awesome. Yeah, that's like that.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm too shy. Don't say like that. Don't say like
How old
that.
are you?
I'm too shy.
Do you
You're doing
mind
a
if I
good
ask how old are
job.
you?
Most people can't hold a conversation in another language that's not their own. I know it's tough. Like, I've done it before. You always have to
Yeah.
think on your feet. It's tough, and we commend you for that.
So,
Yeah.
so how old are you?
What? I
How
don't
old are you?
understand. Repeat again, please. Number one.
What is your age?
I'm age 22 years old. 22.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you.
still young. You're welcome.
Okay.
You?
I'm 40.
40.
Yeah, 40. 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
I understand. Wow, so cool. But
Mhm.
still looking young. Why? Do you have a makeup like that? I don't know. No,
All
you
black
Dark
don't
not
skin.
crack.
have a makeup.
I'm dark skinned and black ain't cracking right now.
You're so beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
so beautiful. You're welcome. You're
So
welcome.
how does how do you feel in your religion with you being pansexual? Like is it hard?
Yeah,
Is it
I know.
difficult?
This
Hello, Queen.
this question is so. This question is so. Okay. I'm explain it for you. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm my religion is not all people is not like me, but some people is like me. Do you understand me? Some
Yes.
people is lesbian, pansexual, bisexual,
But is it against the rules?
bigender,
Is it against the
bigender,
law
like
to be
that.
that way?
Yeah,
It is.
of course. Yeah, that's like me. My friends, so much person is like me. Do you understand me? So much people
Mhm.
is lesbian. Yeah, that's like that. Gay, maybe. Yeah, that's like that. Yeah. Do you understand me, host?
Yeah, I understand you. Do you think that because we see a lot of men from Bangladesh or somewhere in the Middle East or North Africa, they
Yeah.
be in trans women's lives. And do you think they're secretly attracted to trans women when they be in their lives? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I love it. Trans women. Yeah, not problem for me. All people
Yeah, but
is
I'm talking about the people
efendim.
who come
Tamam.
who come from countries where it's illegal and they be in like you know how they pop on our panel and they be in lives or panels with just trans women and they always come and they sometimes say they have a problem with LGBT. Do you think they secretly like LGBT people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
they
like that.
can't
Yeah.
do it because they'll be punished in their country. Okay. That's interesting.
It's
Oh,
identical for
okay.
America. They'll be
I'm going, okay? I'm sleepy now. I'm
Okay.
sleepy now. I'm
It,
sleepy.
it's nice
I'm
seeing you.
going to sleep. Okay? Nice to
All
meet you,
right, love.
everyone.
Okay, good night.
Nice
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you,
You
What
know,
Good
we
time
seeing
is
see
it
you,
it
where
love.
you're
at my
at?
beauty rest.
You come back
Can I ask you
anytime.
what time
Nice
is
to
it
meet
where
you
you're
too.
at?
She's in Turkey.
Okay.
What
Good
time is it?
night.
Yeah. So what time is it where you're at?
Oh, 1 p.m.
Okay, and one more question before you leave. What were you going to show us? Can
1.
I see? Can I see what you were going to show us before you leave?
No.
These all inquisitive. She was like, "What is it? What was it?" I'm a DM you just so I can figure out what that was.
No, I'm not going to DM her.
Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, she a sweetie.
She is.
Yeah. I was like, don't ask too many damn questions. I was like, yeah, I'm probably going a little overboard. I ain't trying to get the girl hurt.
Especially when you was asking her, like, what do you think about the guys that come over trans live? Do you think they're attracted to him? I'm like, she don't know.
No, she probably knows. She probably like, oh, I need to get away from this. They gonna get me beheaded. This call could be
Time
going to
forbid.
Skynet.
And that man that came in here yelling, he was probably going to be the one to tell on her.
1 p.m. Like what?
Right.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness. She was like, I need to get the hell up off here. These niggas asking little
She
too
said,
many
I'm getting
questions.
sleepy just out the blue. She was like, I'm leaving. Y'all ain't gonna get me killed.
They ain't get killed messing around with you
You ain't got
niggas.
not one
Oh, it was
wrinkle.
nice meeting you.
That's a good sleep.
Hey, you never know. They might go to sleep in the middle of the day because it's hot as shit right now. Like, let's go ahead and get on the AC. We got the AC bumping, and then we're gonna be out there at nighttime when it's cool
Yeah.
out here in the
At
winter.
nighttime you'll be suffering. You'll be in hell.
Oh my God, tough. Yeah, I like her. She's sweet, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of LGBT people I notice they tend to have a higher IQ, and she goes into that like one of those case in points. And I believe, like, I have theory on that. That's because of the way people treat LGBT people. That they like, man, fuck it. Everybody like treating us like a piece of shit. Treat me like a piece of shit. I'm just gonna become the smartest motherfucker in here in the room. I want to make sure I get my degrees. I'm gonna have the nicest of jobs. Part of me, I really think that's what goes on in a lot of LGBT people's heads. Why because they become achievers and overachievers. Yeah, that's just me personally. Of course, not all LGBT people are like that, but I tend to notice that they can grasp things a little better than.
Especially trans women. They're like natural born. I'm like, damn, she that
Yeah,
educated. And I shouldn't be like that, but they be educated, child. No matter what light they come
yeah,
from.
yeah. That's true. That's true. I know a few they getting their degrees. One I met, she was in cybersecurity. I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking she was like, well, what you majoring in? It's like, yeah, I thought it'd be like makeup, something in cosmetology or something. Nah, motherfucking cybersecurity. I was like, ugh, made me
Yeah, that's
feel
like
a
I got it.
little.
It's a whole world. Because there's been like people on my Facebook and stuff. I'm like, damn, they do a lot at the White House and real estate agents. And,
Right.
me just get the
You-
what's commercial. So you
Look
kind
at
of get
Hope.
too much.
Look at Hope
Hope
Giselle.
is
Hope
everything.
Giselle.
Hope
She's a
is
damn
everything.
author. She got a damn. Let's do all these lectures and shit.
Oh, she
Yeah,
she is she like you. She definitely a brainiac. And then she got a boyfriend. He love her. Ugh, I love Hope.
yeah. I didn't know we were in the same city when I was in DC.
Yeah. She tried
Around the
to come
same
on here,
time.
but she was like, "This ain't for me."
Yeah, she probably they some ignorant motherfuckers on that side.
She was on here for a
She
week.
probably couldn't deal with it. Huh?
Mhm. She was on here for like a week, I think.
Oh yeah. That's long enough. That's long enough to tear her off of
Weird.
this shit. Yeah, not everybody can take BIGO. BIGO is something else. I tell people this is the Chirac. This is the
Take
Chirac
Pico or me. Shoot.
of apps. You in the trenches
It's
when you own
definitely a
BIGO.
lesson here.
Especially when you getting paid for panels
It
and flew out for
is.
panels. They do them for free on here. Probably didn't do too
Right.
much of it.
People just be asking you to sell your motherfucking soul on this app. Ugh, like no, can't do it. Can't do it. Observe and I were talking to his co-founder about TikTok, and it's trying to figure out which one is more like marketable or more feasible to make money. I do like that TikTok is every 3 days you can get a check. Once you accumulate the money in 3 days, you can cash it out. But I was looking at some of the metrics that basically they even have a calculator you can use online, but I feel like the calculator is a little off. But it gives you a rough idea of how things work on TikTok. They'd be like, all right, you need to go live for X amount of time. You need to have not so much live amount of time, but a certain amount of followers, and then we combine those followers times that by how many views you get. But it's mostly about each video's views, and then basically it boils down to you get 4 to 5 cents for every 1,000 views. Which so basically for 1,000,000 views you get $20 to like $40 or something. So that's not a lot when you think
That
about
is
it.
trash.
But when you think about
That
people are
is
always,
fucking trash. 1,000,000 views, you get fucking $40. That is trash.
but it's the thing though. People, they're making like maybe let's say they just make a video a day, and they're able to consistently hit that with their followers, their follower count, and then they just spread it like wildfire. And some videos, people, I saw one video, it hit 63 million. So I'm pretty sure they one of the top people on TikTok, but that's a lot. So that one video, 63 million, they made a nice little coin off of that. But that's why people like Instagram's all about the
How much is
reels.
it? Okay, let's see. You said $40 for 1,000,000, right? And if they had 63, hold on.
Let me see. Let me get the
44.
let me look at what it was online. So I have it pulled up, that little pay chart. But yeah, 4 to 5 cents for 1,000 views. Let me see. So yeah, you get 5 cents for
They
1,000
made
views on
2,000. Hold on.
That's a lot.
Well, you gotta get a
Especially
lot though. Like
So Sage,
you
they
gotta
made $2,520.
TikTok
that's not bad,
creators.
especially when
3
you really be
million.
doing it. Like some people be posting the
Okay.
same video over and over with just different
Okay,
variations.
yeah, 1,000,000 views. Yeah, 1,000,000 views for videos in between $20 to $40. Yeah, that's what it is. And 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views. So I imagine maybe with an agency, because they have agencies up there as well, that you make more money with their agencies. Yeah, that's a lot. And then think about it. You have to drop if you're trying to get it consistently, like money coming from TikTok, like I work on TikTok or social media, you're gonna drop a reel or a video every day and try to get 1,000,000 views. If you get 1,000,000 views consistently for a week, it has to be more than just 1,000,000. Let me see, 20, 40, yeah, because the average person makes about $65 a day working a job. So the average person making $65 working a job a day, yeah, you would need more than 1,000,000 views a day. Yeah, it has to be more. You have to really make bank on TikTok. You probably got to be at least 3, 4, 5 million views a
But don't
video.
they get paid for the gifts that they get, just like on here?
Let's see. I would imagine so. Does TikTok have gifts for creators? I know they said they're making money off of people. All right, goddess. People make money off of the what is it? Posting other people's stuff, like or reviewing people's products. That's a bag. They say live gifts is one of the features that allows creators to collect diamonds. Oh hell, they call these bitches diamonds as well. All right, observe. We'll see you later. They call these bitches diamonds as well, which are
Diamonds and
awarded based
see you
on the
later.
popularity of your live videos. Once you turn on live gifts and go live, your viewers can send virtual gifts that will. Oh, so that's why everybody wants to get 1,000 followers to go live, because that's how you collect the gifts. You can't collect the gifts until you're able to go live. So yeah, they
Oh,
do
wow.
have gifts.
Yeah, if you reach
Okay,
5,000,
gotcha.
I went live.
I know they have ways you can get around that. because I know somebody that who's on TikTok and they don't even have 1,000 followers. You just gotta know someone and they'll put you on and you'll be able to go live. But again, yeah, that's again now BIGO. If BIGO said you cannot collect gifts if you are not an official host, that could kind of change the game a little bit. But that will also, at the same breath, make it to where people gonna want to turn away from this, like, all right, now we damn sure gonna be on the Cash App game now. I can't get any gifts if I'm not an official host. They just make it not worth your while because it's 210 equals $1 on BIGO, whereas for someone who's a host, it's virtually cut in half. They have to get payouts, but it's virtually cut in half. With how they run the beans and so forth. So yeah, that's
And then if you're not
ridiculous.
a host, I think it's 70% they take, or 80%. They take a lot.
Right. And I just looked that up.
Yeah,
It's funny you mentioned
15,000
that.
views is like $75.
I was just looking at that. They say TikToks takes 50% commission, which means that not all the money you use to purchase the gift will go to the creator. So they take 50. BIGO's taking 75 to 80%,
Yeah,
depending on your
100%.
method of getting the beans. Woo! Yeah. That right there is telling. That does give TikTok an edge over BIGO. And with them moving over and with the panels and into BIGO's space, BIGO's gonna be on life support before we know it. Their best hope is that they ban TikTok. And by them banning TikTok, that people will all flood to BIGO. That's their biggest hope. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
I
I
was
think if
on
they
someone
ban
else's
TikTok, they're
live
gonna
and they were
ban
saying that the
BIGO.
bingo's going to end.
Huh?
I was on someone else's live and they said that like bingo is going to end soon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. BIGO's on life support. I can tell it's on life support.
They better make all the money they can make while they can.
Oh my God. So this is really going to end? Why do y'all say that?
Use the right lane to take a slight right
Because
turn.
they're taking their market. They're taking their space. They're definitely cutting into their pockets for sure.
So hold on. You say on TikTok you can get paid for the gifts that they send?
Lane to take a slight right turn.
Yeah, but you have to have 1,000 viewers first. You have to have 1,000, not viewers, followers, 1,000 followers, and there's ways around that. Like, yeah, Adonis. Like, he found a way around it. He was like, just let me know when you want to go on TikTok, and he was like, yeah, I can get you in. We can get past that. There's ways around that, but again, it's the agencies. The agencies can coordinate that for you on TikTok. What's up? How you doing, that co-founder?
What's up?
Oh, we up here talking about TikTok and BIGO, kind of like what we were talking about last night. What's up, dog beauty? You can come up, love. We was talking about how that people running this game. I'm good, beloved. It's good to see you.
I found it.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, we were talking about how TikTok taking over BIGO. TikTok gonna kill this bitch. Do you see like, because I can see. Let me look at it right now. What is BIGO worth? What's the stock price on BIGO? Oh, it went up some. $34. It was $30 last time I checked. It's $34.76 right now. Yeah, this
I don't know who the big is. I have no idea. I don't know TikTok or I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Oh yeah, TikTok's way bigger. TikTok is just not public in the States, and I'm curious as to why. I think it's too ingrained in another market because BIGO has enough people over here to through its subsidiaries to make sure it is on the stock exchange here. BIGO's technology is probably based with something here like the communication or whatever. A lot of this system must be based on a company here in the
I mean,
US for it to
you know what? I
be
never thought
stock
about
exchange.
that when I'm on TikTok. I never thought about that to check. You know what I'm saying? How big they are. I never thought about it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger. Let me see. Why is TikTok being banned? That's one of the top references or searches that come up. Well,
Most of it says being banned because what's happening. Used a lot of lawsuits against them pertaining to kids that did challenges and died. So it's pretty much on that point.
why is TikTok not on the stock exchange? Wait. They said anymore? It used to be? Okay, no. Okay. Okay. TikTok is owned by a Chinese tech company called ByteDance Ltd, and its stock doesn't trade publicly on any exchanges. So that's also alarming to the government. So that right there, BIGO, they're gonna let BIGO run a little bit more free because they got a direct way to tap into BIGO's pockets through the SEC. But yeah, that's crazy. Let me see. How to buy TikTok stock. Is it ever going to go public in the United States?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah.
You know they
Wait,
greedy. They ain't
here's
touching
a
it.
company that invests heavily in TikTok that if you want to invest into TikTok, you can invest into them. Let me see if they're still
I'm not
um
a to invest in it.
over
I'm all
here.
right being on there, but I don't want to invest in it.
Let me see if they have oh let me see. Is it okay, so this company KKR and Company Inc. is on the New York Stock Exchange. It is $62.20. So they are somebody who just pump some money into TikTok, trying to get a cut on it, and people can invest into them to get a cut of TikTok. But of course, they do their own thing. They got their own business model and stuff. But they're smart enough to understand TikTok is valuable. Let's see. This company has been worth the most in November 8th, 2021 for $79.50. That's close to February 2021 for BIGO. That's the most BIGO has ever been worth. And then after it's November 8th, it started going down, and it's slowly making a rise back up. Yeah, a lot of these apps were overinflated. So when people were receiving those good checks from BIGO, they really wasn't really supposed to be receiving those checks. Not at all. Not at all.
Wow.
But what you got going on, dog? You in the gym today? What you got going on? You gonna go live and take on some more pseudo niggas, some Israelites this time?
Oh no, not today. Today is designated for just school stuff. I just bought some things. I'm like planning out my spending because I have to pay my tuition by the end of November, and I have to like I just got like half of the stuff I need for school. Um, well, purchase half the stuff I need for school. Um, and I'm kind of just looking at the syllabus and what's to be expected so I could prepare for that. I may do, I don't know. I can't go live today because I have work tonight. But I did have a topic the other day which was very interesting about how there's a constant sexualization of people, especially when it comes to heteronormative society. There's a tendency to constantly sexualize people unprovoked.
Mm-hmm. yeah, that is true.
Specifically as it pertains to members of the LGBT, people of the LGBT are constantly sexualized. And what I mean by that, they're always the perspective of them is always seen in the light of their existence in the realm of sex.
Right. Yeah, I had some thoughts on that, but I like to see your panel on it. You kind of representation what we were talking about earlier. We were talking about LGBT people and their IQ and whatnot. Because this one girl came up here, she was giving me vibes that she was LGBT, and she has a really high IQ. So I picked up on that, and she was pansexual. So they ain't LGBT. They say it is, but hey, it's technically not in there. So somebody could say technically she's not, but she's a really smart young lady, and she she's just really open with things, and she can see things in multiple ways, the whole scenario, and not just through a lens. And that's something that yeah, a lot of articles and science is picking up on when it comes to LGBT people.
I mean,
Like, yeah, you go through a lot of fucked up shit, but you're smarter than the average motherfucker. So then you be happy.
It's like you have to be. Like I've always said, like one thing I do love about being trans is that it's made me so smart. It's forced me to be smart. It's forced me to open my mind, and it's forced me to be knowledgeable about things. Because when you live a life where, number one, you're the minority, so you're constantly in some aspects, you're constantly in danger to some degree. So you have to be smarter than the average person. You have to be cognizant and aware of things. And if I feel like if I was just a regular female existing, I don't think I would be as smart as I am today. I would have probably made a lot of the silly mistakes that a lot of my friends were making growing up. But because I was in my shell, because I was uncomfortable with my body, it put me in a position where I was constantly observing other people rather than living out my life and doing things.
Right. Yeah, I can totally I can totally see that same thing with the pretty girl syndrome. A lot of women, again, the manipulated man talks about that as well, about how women depending on how they're treated, the way they're perceived, those who are not perceived typically as the pretty girl, they see life a totally different way than those who are the pretty girls, and they learn to take opportunities more seriously, whereas other people they tend to not do that. So it's yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like I think there is some truth to that.
Oh, absolutely. Because when you're the person that's not in the limelight, when you're the person that's insecure, quiet, what do? You mostly watch and listen and learn. And that's all you can really do if you're in that mindset. But what you do notice is all the mistakes, the cause and effects of other people's actions, and you can learn from it.
True.
Woo.
Hey, what you got going on, co-founder? You got a lot of static on your end.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm working on a waiting room. Sorry. I'm here. Yeah. I'm here. I'm just working on a waiting room at the same time.
Okay. You could mute up a little bit, cause unless you got something to say, cause it's woo. Sound like you got a breeze. Man, I understand what people saying when I be on my electric unicycle. They're like, "What the fuck is all that damn noise?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I am on my wheel." Like, it feel like I'm going 100 miles an hour. That's all they hear. But, oh, but yeah, it's crazy. It really is out here. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that panel. Yeah, you guys start doing more panels and I think I told you about the HIV herpes awareness panel I'm gonna be building up for, as well as a what else we got? Oh yeah, conservative versus liberals. You missed it. So we Reels had a panel, the Black Trump brother. So him and I've had some conversations, and it was going pretty well. And he was running a nice little live that it was hot, and then we got it hot. So we took it to a whole nother level. And I said, "Yo," I told him about the event. I want him to co-host the conservative versus liberal debate, and him as well as this sister Miss Uncut, and so they can see it from both sides. Me being Black Power, and him being a Black man, and her being a Black woman. That they're both MAGA, and everybody else. Black Trump said he down with it too, and we just gonna see what happens. And we ran a test run. We had 5,000 people come through. Cherry the Boom stopped by, and she stayed there for a minute. She didn't hop on the panel, but it's crazy how the universe works. So I timed out. Something happened to my live. I timed out, or it is their live, but I had to restart the app and hop back on the panel. And somebody took my seat, of course, and I had to wait to get back up there. But the conversation drifted into, oh, they're coming for our kids. LGBT people are the issue. So once it drifted into that corner, I was like, holy shit, I need to get back on this panel and try to get back control of the room, because Reels was asleep. Black Trump was trying, but he's more respectful and whatnot. I knew exactly who I was dealing with because I've been on this app long enough. I know people's personalities. I know how to handle certain people. I say, man, you being too nice to these niggas. Troller, shut the fuck up. I had to, get all niggas the way I knew that they had to be dealt with. And by the time I got back up there, Cherry left because it was like, yeah, they doing this to our kids, and answer me this. And they had two trans women up there. I said, can you let them speak for the trans experience or whatever? Can we not
They never do.
put words in their mouth or whatever? And they was like,
I just hate when people come up with this trans is coming for the kids. The government itself has come for the kids years ago, and you guys are now worried about trans. You guys are not worried about trans coming for the kids? Okay.
They're the scapegoat, the easy scapegoat. They're the minority. There's not a lot of representation, especially in the political eye. You have people like Caitlyn Jenner who doesn't do us any good service. A lot of people are already fueled by ignorance when it comes to the trans community, so it's very easy to place blame on them and for everyone to just bandwagon and join in.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild. Like, I could not believe we could not gain control of that room, especially all them same people up there say this app about business, about business. Well, wouldn't you think it'd be good for business if you would have shut up just for a second in your homophobia or transphobia and keep it positive, and maybe Cherry the Boom would have popped up there, had some things to say, and we could have had a dialogue, a constructive dialogue that he would have boosted your numbers and all this other shit. Nah. Like, it was just so ignorant. And I had to butt in when he said that, they cut their shit off and then they kill themselves. It just sounded so stupid how he said it. I was like, look. And I put up a article, and I think it was from Harvard, and it was talking about how SRS, it lowers drug use, it lowers thoughts of suicide. It basically overall the person is a happier person in life. Yes. And they was like, lies, white man's internet. Well, I knew when he said white man's internet, I was like, oh shit. Here, fact check this. How about you fact check that? Tell me another fact, nigga. Tell me another fact. I was like, I was like, these people are crazy. So, of course, eventually the trans women were speaking on their experience, and
Hmm.
of course, they showed that they were the dumbasses in the bunch, and it just became an argument of like, okay, now we have to prove you wrong on something because we've been proven wrong instead of actually having a dialogue. I
Yes.
just I was like, what the hell?
It's always a constant battle of debunking when it comes to discussions like that. It's because just the other day I saw a panel like bunching up the LGBTQ and pedophilia. And when I did my research, because this is what a lot of people don't do, they go off of hearsay.
Right.
And I do my research. I look into credible sources. I looked at medical journal studies into it. And I was debunking the fact that, for every 11 heterosexual pedophiles, there's one homosexual one. And
Right.
heterosexual pedophiles make up probably about 79% of the pedophiles on record, most of which are typically, when it comes to males specifically, are married men with wives and kids, which was
Mm.
so interesting. And as soon as you present information like that, it's then, oh yeah, but they're targeting the kids. And then once that's debunked, it's then oh well, you guys have like a high suicide rate when you guys get surgery. And then when that's debunked, it goes on with saying, oh, you guys are still trying to force your lifestyle on us. But what I really want them to say is, we don't like trans people. Your existence is the worst possible thing that can exist. But they don't want to say that because they know it's wrong and it's horrible, but it's the truth. If you don't like it, something, just say that. Because I can't reason with someone that dislikes something. Even if I prove you wrong in all your factual points, you're going to find any in which way reason to dislike, to demean, to stereotype, or to belittle the group. So I just think a lot of people need to have that honest conversation where it's like, I don't like trans, I don't like the LGBTQ, and I'm going to blame them for all of my problems because that's really the issue. And I don't want my children to be trans or LGBT. And that's why my worst fear is for them to know anything about the existence of them in schools.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they need to just come out and say it. And also,
Yeah.
again, like I uploaded the video on Conscious Kingdom. It's called what I title it? It was like, oh yeah, MAGA debate coming soon. There's a part 1 and 2, but there's a sister who pops up in box 3, and listen to everything she says. The same way that old girl who came into your live, she followed you and followed me and followed us into your live. She, same thing like her. She went through a lot of trauma and she was projecting her childhood trauma, the same childhood trauma, and they did the exact same thing to her. They ridiculed her, not so much for her trauma, but when they started real seeing the parallels of her, somebody said, why is everything you saying relating to rape? And he is like making jokes about it. It shows that all this, we love black women, this, that, and the third. They didn't give a damn about black women when it came down to that. They just wanted to keep confusion going and just demean someone. But yeah, it was the same thing with old girl. She did she did the exact same thing in that live. It was all projection, and they the same way that KK and them went in on her for saying that she was raped or molested at like 2 or 3 years old, and they like, do you remember it? You probably don't even remember it. Basically saying, so if she didn't remember, it didn't happen. She was like, yeah, I don't remember much. I just remember, being on the porch, and my mother told me about it, and they was like, ugh. And it was another black woman who was like, I don't believe her.
Of
It's
course,
not about you believing
jumping the
her, right? I was like, oh my gosh.
That reminds me
Thank
of
you, Iris.
when I first
You
came
can
on
come up, Iris.
the app. I shared something personal something in reference to that topic of someone taking advantage of you, and
Hmm.
people were obviously saying, "Oh, I think she's lying." How, like, okay, why didn't you fight back? And it's like, in that moment, can you really fight back? And especially, you got to think about, I described the person, obviously they were much bigger than me. It was a man. We were in an enclosed setting. When you're in those moments and you're young and you've never experienced something like that, you don't know what to do. So you kind of freeze up. And I kind of
Right.
like, their ignorance was just so like, it was annoying, but I couldn't take it serious. So I chuckled and they were like, "Oh my God, you laughed. I know you're lying." And people don't know that a lot of times people will chuckle and laugh too, as a way of dealing with trauma.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, there's some sickos on this app. One of them, I blocked him the other day. I know, like, our circles kind of tie in. I didn't even want to risk it. And I'm curious as he looked up my profile, I
Mhm.
seen him realize that he's blocked. But I just blocked his ass. I was like, yeah, there's nothing to discuss. I don't want nothing because yeah, his audience, my audience, kind of, but it's starting to drift. It's starting to
Mhm.
separate because the Israelite came. He was mostly an admin. He had mostly admins for people, and he went and told one of these Israelites, yeah. So I went on the panel yesterday morning, or this morning? Yesterday, like late night yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, Sage, I heard some stuff about you, Sage, so I can't allow you on my panel. One of my admins said some things about you, and like I guess he had a panel. He didn't want to embarrass me or whatever in front of his panel. I'm like, yeah, we'll have to talk about this later. I'm like, oh,
Does it have anything to
yeah.
do with your alignment of the LGBTQ?
Oh, like, but this is the thing. The same person who told him this, he was telling me, he was like, we should not tolerate this. And I just asked him, so what should we do? Not tolerate. What does that mean? How do we not tolerate this? And he couldn't go into details, just buzzwords like, should we kill him? I'm like, no, you said that. I didn't say that. I'm like, what do you mean? But we shouldn't tolerate this. I'm just curious. We shouldn't allow it in our schools. Yeah, we shouldn't allow it in our schools. So how do we go about that? So any kid who's LGBT, we just kick them out. Don't give them an education. I like they
Absolutely.
just say crazy shit, but just will not go into detail and how fucked up they are. They just don't want to say it.
That's the crazy thing. They forget about that. They forget about the child that's LGBT. They forget about the fact that fostering an environment where kids are aware of LGBTQ people and that they deserve to be respected prevents suicide of young adolescent LGBTQ. Because what that prevents, bullying
Right.
and mistreatment.
Right. The number
They
one
forget about it.
suicide group in this country is black boys and black teenagers, and um, in that group, the highest is those who are LGBT or gay boys.
So
So
sad.
yeah, we
But they
care
don't
about
think
our people.
they don't this is why I say that when people say, "Oh, what about the children?" You don't give a damn about the children because when it comes to LGBTQ children, you don't care.
Right.
You don't care about their safety. You don't care about their treatment. You don't care about nothing in reference to them.
It's sad. It really is. Like I see it with my own eyes. See how they treat those kids, and just they were paid money to take these kids in, not do something immediately. Just come back and be willing to do something to help these kids, mentor them. You don't even have to take them in, just mentor them, show them affection, show them that their life matters. And they took
Yep.
that money and never came back. they They took that $75 and they were gone. They like, this is blunt money right here. They were gonna get that next bottle. Fuck them kids. Them kids don't want to live right. They don't want to live the right way.
Yeah, they don't deserve to live.
Oh.
It's they really don't care about the kids. A lot of people, and this is why I say a lot of people that have kids are very selfish individuals because they have children for their own personal gain and own reason. If you genuinely love children and care about children, you wouldn't have stipulations on your love for your child based on how they come out.
Right.
You wouldn't have this thing where my child can't be this way, especially if it's LGBTQ. I'd understand if your child was, exhibiting behaviors of a serial killer or someone who is out to hurt people. That is something to be concerned about. But your child is, overall a good, decent kid, but happens to be a member of the LGBTQ, and suddenly they're no longer deserving of your love. Why did you have kids?
Right.
Same thing if your
There's this
child
young
came
boy.
out handicapped.
He's like, he's probably about 8 or 9 now. But I met him when he was like 4 or 5, and he was always very articulate. The way he moved, I always called him a little man. Like he just had this little man syndrome about himself, and he was he the oldest? No, he was the second. So he got like 4 or 5 brothers, and he's the second child, and he's very small because he has little brothers who are bigger than him. So he's very articulate, smart, and it's just so funny seeing how he moves and how he's now going to school, and because now he's been living with his girl cousins, and they, of course, being around girls all day, it's going to rub off on him, and he likes all kinds of toys and all types of stuff. So he's just like everybody else, and it's so adorable. But they came to me, he was like, he gonna be gay. I can tell he gonna be gay. And I was like, why do you say that? Why do y'all say he's gonna be gay? I'm like, why you? So he doesn't know anything about sexuality or anything, and it's so like banking money, putting money on this kid being gay. Yeah, I bet you he gonna be gay when he get older, and it's just weird. So this kid, it's not the media or anything that's pushing him to be gay. They already calling the little boy a faggot. The first people to ever call him a faggot was the people he lived with. He didn't even know what a faggot is, and they were calling this little boy this, and he they tell him stop talking, stop moving around your neck like a girl or whatever, doing all this little stuff to him. So of course he's gonna start to feel a certain kind of way. We're gonna need to put you in football. What'd you say, dog?
I was gonna say because that's the worst thing in their eyes that a child could be is gay.
Yeah, and it's so sad because as he's getting older, I could see he's becoming a little bit more unsure of himself. And he's a vibrant kid. He likes to, horseplay around. He likes to do little pranks on people, and yeah, he's an active kid, and they're the ones bringing him down. And it's gotten into where they've done it to him in front of other kids in the neighborhood. Now they doing the same thing to him on school bus, and so his female cousins, they always getting in fights to get them to leave him alone. And hey, Mystic, and it didn't even have to be this way if the parents would have just and it's a thing too. A lot of Black people don't like knowledge, or they put down other people's intelligence. And this little boy is very smart.
They don't like knowledge. They hate it.
Right. Y'all throw King in front of their name. They're about some dollars. They're about pseudo intellectualism. That's what they should be. Things of pseudo intellectualism.
love to call themselves king and knowledgeable with nothing
Right.
behind
it. Oh, okay, Mister. I might see you over there. Yeah, that just gets me. That just gets my goat every time. I'm like, yo, like, cause the kid he's just like everybody else, but he learned how to speak before his brothers. The other brothers, some of them have speech impediments. He doesn't have a speech impediment. He's very articulate, and the way he talks is like a little grown man. It's so interesting seeing it, and the other kids unsure of themselves when they were younger, and do you want this? Do you want that? He'll take it and then he'll look at you, thank you, and it's going about his business. Like he was, yeah, he was definitely more advanced than other kids, and I just hate that it makes it feel like to say that hey, this kid's gonna be gay or whatever is their intelligence. It's a
or if they
part of
talk
it is
proper.
yeah.
You gotta talk like a hoodlum in order to be, respected and seen as masculine in the black community, unfortunately. If you talk proper, you're either a cornball or you're gay.
Yeah, that's some sad shit. It really is, because we were on a panel and they said that yeah, the worst thing it could be for me, they said my kid's gay because all these diseases out here, and I want to continue my bloodline. I only have one son and it'll break my heart. Your
A
son is
lot
still
of
go
us
out here
are,
and get diseases.
a lot of people are continuing their bloodline with no generational wealth, with no
Right.
furthering education, with nothing to back it. A lot of these men talking about legacies and furthering their bloodline with no life insurance. But your lifestyle is dangerous and put your life at risk all the time.
Right. Put their kids out here to be raised on the block, like Matt So Cream said. What he said? I'm a Astro Dairy bastard, wherever the hell that street is he from. Like, yeah, father's going to prison. Need their kids to fend for themselves. They end up repeating the cycle. Like, yeah, it's a sad reality, but they take pride in the stupidest of shit. Like, that's what kills me, and it's like the fighting off of knowledge. They fight it off hard. Like, a lot of people don't know the Israelites, the books they read that they promote, they have not read them themselves, because the books, like from Timbuktu, from Babylon to Timbuktu, that book goes against a lot of things what the Israelites talk about today. Like a lot of things they talk about, that this is this and this is that. You can credit this person for this. No, it goes completely against it. So when they come in contact with me, I seem like I'm saying something foreign. I'm trying to change them from their ways. When in all actuality, like, I'm trying to actually put them back on track when it comes down to being Israelites. But they don't get it. They have not read that book, because the book says that all the 12 tribes come from Africa. Where did the 12 tribes come in at? Where there's people who are Native American and Hispanics. Where, because those are separate bloodlines from those who are Hispanic and those who are Latino. So where does that come from? And they can't explain it. Well, they were enslaved before we was, so they tie it to Columbus. And it's like, no. That's not where it comes from. And all that. Like, the books clearly tell you where that stuff comes from. It mentions none of that about Columbus. But I know where they got it from. But they don't know where they got it from. Like, it was a political shift and change in the 90s that the Israelites went through. Israelites went through a change, and it happened in New York. That's when they changed the 12 tribe chart, because they said black people, they weren't making enough money from black people. Majority of black people were broke. And it came in a time where being Yahweh in Miami, you know, they were kicking black folks out of their homes. They were killing black people in their own community for not being Israelites. The Israelites used to be some crazy motherfuckers. So after that, everybody was looking at them like the Wapians, like with Dr. York, because people look at Dr. York and them crazy as cat shit because they were molesting all those kids. So they and again they talk about pedophilia. Look at these groups, like these compound groups, all these cult leaders. What did a lot of them have in common? Coercing women and having sex with children or sexualizing children. Even Nature Boy did it himself, talking about his son can play with his penis so he knows what a penis is and what a penis does. Weirdo shit. And all these different little things they do. And some people backed away from the Israelites. So anybody saw an Israelite, they just drew separation from them. They didn't want to hear nothing from an Israelite after the Ben Yahweh stuff happened in Miami. And they was like, all right, we need to repackage this shit. And that's how they became the Israelites of today. They had to bring, because they knew the Native Americans and Hispanics, especially the Hispanics, because they were receiving a boom of Hispanics coming into this country around that time. They didn't understand where they were coming from and where they were, you know, trying to head to where they are today. Said, brother, these are our brothers and sisters. Really, the same brothers and sisters that in Mexico, they just started considering Afro-Mexicans as citizens in 2012. They didn't just there. They were just saw them as like refugees or something, and they've been there forever. It's like, come on now. Who you trying to fool? Like, these people have a long line of history of being anti-black, and you trying to say these people are all the same people. And your same books you promote, they are the same historical books of teaching people about Israelite bloodlines and all this. They go completely against what they're talking about. And I want to actually, because I haven't marked my book up, I'm gonna go back through it one day and mark it up. And they're like, yeah, brother, you know, if you want to get some good materials on learn about us, here, check out these books. I'm like, oh yeah, I already got this one. And I could pull my book out and just go from references. Like, what happened here? What happened here? This brother's like the king of teaching you about us being Israelites and so forth. He didn't say King James was a black man. He didn't say all this kooky shit you niggas saying now. Like, yeah, man, King James was a black man. Like, King James hated women and he burned them at the stake.
Ridiculous.
Witches were not even supposed to be in the Bible. Witches was a part of like medieval shit. Like, witches didn't exist in Jesus' time. Like, they didn't have a name for witches. But they saw them as a problem because of it was foreign to them, as well as you could say they just pretty much just hated women. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. And he had a lover. He was a gay man, King James. It was known that he had his castle. He had a little secret compartment to where he could go to, and it'll lead to his lover's bedroom. So King James had some shit with him. He was like, "We're gonna burn these bitches at the stake." And I about to get some of this good dickin'. Period. That was King James. But they try to remask and hey, like the pictures they even have of King James looks crazy. He looks like a damn Black Knight and shit. On some Martin Lawrence shit. It's like, come on. He said, you seen Black Knight? When he said they be using motherfucking movie references as like historical facts. That'd be killing me, them Israelites, when they be doing that. They'll bring up Martin Lawrence's Black Knight. They'll bring Shaka Zulu. And the part of Shaka Zulu when he put the chains around their neck and said, these are the Hebrews who come from blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness. Like, and have these niggas even seen the movies? That's the thing, because Shaka Zulu's a long ass movie. It actually is a series. Shaka Zulu, the original Shaka Zulu. And it's like, have y'all niggas even watched the whole fucking thing? That was an excerpt. The movie's a lot more going on in that motherfucking movie than that one clip where he said these are the true Hebrews. Like, that that was a small clip. So who really cares about that in totality of the movie? That movie talked about Black Revolution and Shaka Zulu being so much of a gangster that he's like, well, if y'all niggas ain't gonna come together and take out the white man, I'm gonna take you niggas out and force you to be a part of my army, and then we're gonna go to war with the white man. Shaka Zulu was a bad motherfucker. He had to be taken out. And Shaka Zulu also, they didn't show it in the movie, but he was on that Beats of No Nation shit to where he was having sex with his soldiers. He was having sex with his soldiers, and he said it was loyalty that men slept with him. It was loyalty that he knew he could trust them. That if I'm able to bend him over, there's no way that he's going to be able to, try to take my life or to harm me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they like we don't want to give no credence to that shit. We just think about black kings taking shit over and fucking white women. Their logic is so entertaining to me because it's like, where do you get this shit from? Like it's all fantasy. It
A lot of
really is.
ignorant beliefs. A whole bunch of ignorant.
Oh, them pictures of King James. That black King James. Look at that. Look at that man right there. That King James was a black man. Then you look up when that picture was created. It was created in like 98. They show that picture like it's historical fact or something. Like they show the original Madonna or something. Like the original Madonna comes from Ethiopia, or the Mary and Jesus, the original one that comes from Ethiopia. They think they're showing some shit like that off. They're like, nah, we're showing you that we believe that King James was a black man because life's too fucked up to believe that anything else happened. What else we gonna have instead of this pseudo shit? Because I just wish somebody would be honest, and the people who are actually old enough who are running these camps, they look at me like, oh shit, like, because I think they know. They just won't engage me with it. They just let the younger guys who are like around my age or old, a little older, come and they just be shaking their head. Who told you that? Where did you learn this? That's not true at all. And I'm like, yeah, what is the truth then? And then they try to quickly move the goalpost. And I'm like, no. Let's keep it right here on King James. I don't want to hear about here in America, they taking shit. Keep it right here on King James. Explain to me how King James is a black man. It was a lot of good shit going on back then, brother. We had control of Spain and and they be mixing time periods too. I'm like, nigga, you done made like 150 years jump. Like, all right, what the hell are you talking about? Like they're false Christians. That's why I just want them to understand that you're Christians the same way like a lot of the things the Nation of Islam talk about. They don't talk or teach people from the Quran. They teach people from the Bible. They talk about Jesus more so they talk about Muhammad or Allah. They give a lot more credence because why? Where's their base from? Their base is here, and most people don't know anything about the Quran. They know Jesus though, so they can build an audience and bring people in by talking about Jesus. What up, Asian? Get hop on, bro. Yeah, that shit is troubling. That shit is troubling to me. It really fucking is. But yeah, we need to make that move. What do you think about TikTok, doll? Are you on TikTok?
I do have a TikTok, and I'm gonna be more active when I start my program to post, like the day in the life of X-ray students, stuff like that. But I do have some videos on there already. I love TikTok. I think it's like amazing. It's like a video Instagram, but like better. Like it's very easy to go viral. It's very easy for things to, spread. And it's entertaining.
Is it with all that fake shit? Like Bigo
Bigo,
with the viewers. Like, 'cause you know it says
Bigo is a
165
piece of
people in
shit
here. We know it
because
ain't 165.
Bigo is a piece of shit because it's infiltrated by ignorant mofos. It's run based off of drama and foolishness. There's very few educated people on Bigo. What the main demographic of Bigo for the most part, from what I've seen, is just people who are hold on one second. I'm also playing a game while I'm talking. Okay. The main demographic I've seen of Vigo is just people who have a lot of time on their hands, maybe too much time on their hands.
Mm.
Speaking as if they are, a Harvard professor or a doctor on many
Correct.
topics that they're
Correct.
unqualified to speak
Correct.
on.
Correct.
They went to
Correct.
Hard Knock USA, got that degree and being an Israelite, and they here to educate the rest of us. That
It's
shit
Correct.
be
very rare to
killing
find
me.
people of substance on this app, or people
Hmm.
who have knowledge beyond like what I heard and what I saw on Facebook or what I'm seeing or what I heard from my auntie, cousin, or uncle type of people.
What up, Asia? We got into it about that as well. We talked about gosh, I got it recorded. I don't know if I uploaded that video, but this panel pissed me off. I just left. I was like, I can't do nothing with these niggas. And now, of course, I still had a camera in there. And they was like, you see how he did this, he did that. He thought he was better than us. That shit was wild. They was like, oh, they tuck it in. They were talking about the damn tuck it ins. Tuck it in shorts at Target or bathing suits. And they was like, I saw it with my own eyes. And every article after article after article I pulled up. This is not true. This is not true. This is what actually happened. This was a rumor that was spread on TikTok and it went viral and it broke it all the way down. Who posted it? Everything. I was like, there's plenty of articles on this and it's not true. I saw it with my own eyes though. And then one nigga, he's like, bruh, leave it alone. Drop it. She said she saw it with her own eyes. Damn, that should be proof enough for you.
What's going
I
on,
was
y'all?
like, bro.
How are y'all doing?
What up, Asia? These
Hey,
niggas are
AJ.
ignorant as fuck.
How are y'all doing?
We good. We good.
Okay, now I'm
Talk about
focused. My match is over, and I won. Okay, I'm focused
the
now.
Beagle philosophers.
Yeah.
they
It's always
never heard of no Sigmund Freud. No, Carl Jung, none of them. They like, no, fuck that. That's white man shit.
speaking of that. Have you noticed any of the people who are like